Let's get started with a proof of similar triangles. And we're going to prove these triangles similar using the theorem that I just went over in the Prezi, the angle-angle method, otherwise known as AA. So all we need to prove is that two triangles have two congruent angles to show that the two triangles are similar. So when I had posted the Prezi tonight, I also had attached an image. And on the sidebar here in Gliffy, these are going to be all the different shapes and tools that we're going to be able to drag into our Gliffy diagram. If you scroll all the way to the bottom, you can click on Select an Image to upload. There's where I would upload that image of the diagram. I've already uploaded it into Gliffy, and I'm just going to drag it right on in. Now the diagram here gives you the parallelogram with the diagonal drawn through it, as well as the given information and what two triangles we're going to want to prove to be similar. We're going to want to prove that triangle BFE is similar to triangle CFD. Let's start with the given information even before we start to write our proof. It looks like angle CDF is congruent to angle BEF. To mark that these two angles are congruent, I'm going to use one of the Gliffy shapes to show that these angles are congruent to one another. I'm going to take one of these green stars and just click on it and make it smaller. I'm going to put one in each of the vertexes of those two angles so we can remember that those two have already been marked congruent. I'm going to copy and paste it. I'm going to put it in angle D as well as angle E. And we have to remember that when we're proving two triangles that are similar, we want to make sure that the angles are corresponding with one another, that they fall in the same order of the two triangles that we're proving similar. So we can see that in this triangle down here, angle E is going to be the last angle in our triangle. And that's going to correspond to angle D, which is in the last angle spot of the second triangle. So these two angles are going to be corresponding. So far we have two angles that are corresponding and congruent. So we're going to only need one more to show that these triangles are similar. Now let's get started with our proof. Over on the side here, Gliffy has the swim lane charts. So we're going to drag into our Gliffy document the two swim lane charts so we can work on our T-chart proof. Now, just like proof writing in geometry classes, we want at the top to write statement in our first column. And on our second column, we're going to want to write reason. So our first statement is going to be our given information. So we're going to double click in our first column under statement and type in the given information. We were given that angle CDF was equal to angle BEF. And now the reason for this, we didn't really have anything specific was our reason. Our reason was just that this was given in the problem. So that's exactly what we're going to write down in our reason column. We're just going to write down that this information was given. So that's how we're going to use our given information to set up the beginning of our proof of similar triangles.